Good afternoon. I'm Chancellor Dennis Shields, and on behalf of the entire University of Wisconsin-Platteville community, I'm delighted to welcome you to our 185th Commencement. We begin our ceremony today with the singing of the national anthem. Please stand and remove your hats. Rachel Day will lead us in the singing.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars bore the perilous fight? On the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, when the rockets and the bombs bursting in air gave all through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Faculty, students, parents and relatives, distinguished guests, and friends of the university. This year is the 145th anniversary of the founding of the first normal school in the state of Wisconsin. That was the birth of what has become today's University of Wisconsin-Platteville. During these 145 years, over 50,000 students have earned their degrees from this outstanding institution. At this ceremony, we will confer 231 bachelor's degrees. At this morning's ceremony, bachelor's degrees were awarded to 220 students and master's degrees to 75 students. Today, in total, we will award 526 degrees. The University of Wisconsin-Platteville has a strong commitment to preparing students of and for the world. Advances in technology and telecommunications and a remaking of the global economy are bringing great change to the University of Wisconsin-Platteville, our nation, and our world. Our graduates must be prepared to live, work, and contribute to an interconnected world. As part of today's ceremony, UW-Platteville is displaying the flags of the countries represented by international students currently studying at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. There are flags of 27 countries in addition to the United States flag on display. As the graduates entered the gymnasium, you may have noticed that some are wearing special international stoles. Our international students who are graduating wear white flag stoles featuring the United States flag and the flag of their home country. UW-Platteville students who have studied abroad wear stoles featuring the flag of the country where they studied. Commencement is a celebration of accomplishments of these graduates. It is a time for students, faculty, family, and friends to recognize the graduates' hard work over the years, as well as to look to the future as these candidates accept their degrees. A University of Wisconsin-Platteville degree is definitely earned and is something that no one can ever take away from you. It is a lifelong accomplishment. We offer our sincerest congratulations to all our graduating seniors today. The graduating senior chosen to deliver the valedictory address today is Caitlin Jones. Caitlin has earned her degree in industrial engineering with a minor in business administration. While at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville, she has worked many jobs, both on and off campus. Jones has worked as the lead web technician, a peer assistant learning tutor, and an office assistant for the industrial engineering department. As an engineering intern at Land's End, she helped plan, design, and implement an alarm system to alert sorters to faults in the distribution center. Caitlin has been the president, webmaster, and homecoming parade co-chair for the UW-Platteville Student Ambassadors, as well as secretary and then vice president of the Institute of Industrial Engineers. She is a member of the Society of Women Engineers. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Caitlin Jones.
This morning I heard a joke that I thought was very appropriate for today's weather, and we appreciate everyone coming. So the joke goes like this. There's two snowmans. What do they say to one another? I think it smells like carrots. But on a more serious note, most congratulations, and I'm going to talk a little bit about leadership. Probably everyone sitting here would consider people like Bill Gates, Mother Teresa, and Oprah Winfrey great leaders. However, I'm willing to bet the majority of you have not heard of individuals like Frank and Lillian Gilbreth, Miss Danielle Erickson, and John Galt, let alone would be able to consider him a leader at this point in time. John Galt is a fictional character in Atlas Shrugged, and as the story progresses, he is known as the inventor and creator who symbolizes the power and glory of the human mind. Miss Danielle Erickson was named 2009 Wisconsin Teacher of the Year, and Frank and Lillian Gilbreth hold dear to my heart because without them, I wouldn't be graduating with this degree. This just goes to show that all these individuals are leaders for various reasons, and you as a UW-Platteville grad can be a great leader as well. A leader can be defined as someone who inspires, motivates, or leads others, and they stand for something, because if they don't believe in themselves or others, they can fall for anything. In our particular cases, we understood the importance of getting a college education. We believed in our professors, fellow classmates, the faculty and staff at UW-Platteville, and ourselves to obtain this goal. There are many traits that make people good leaders. I'm going to discuss with you the traits which I feel make a good leader. The first one is being able to listen. Most of you have the ability to hear what others are saying, but in reality, how much are you actually comprehending? You need to understand you can't memorize word for word what someone's going to tell you, but you need to be actively focusing on what is being said. Many of the students graduating today have faced these challenges with working with group projects and having to listen to everyone else's ideas, whether they agree or disagree with them. A second trait of a great leader is someone who can trust in themselves. That's making a decision and sticking with it, no matter the end results. As a leader, you also need to recognize that you can't be everywhere at every time, and it is sometimes important to delegate responsibilities and be able to trust others. You need to believe, which means you need to trust in them as well. You probably have had to trust in others and yourself when dealing with a 10-page group research paper, believing that you and them could accomplish it even if it wasn't completed until 24 hours before it was due. Another important trait is empowering others. This is important because it makes people feel appreciated for what they do. They also gain more respect for you. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics states that the number one reason people leave their job is because they don't feel appreciated. Empowering these individuals and making them feel appreciated, even for the smallest thing, can be the difference between a productive worker and one who lacks motivation. If you as a great leader appreciate someone or something, let them know. It can not only make your day, but theirs as well. So as a leader, I challenge you to empower someone and see how you feel after doing this. A fourth trait I feel makes a good leader is having resilience. This can be hard for some people, but know you have choices and only you can make the final decision. I am by no means saying that you need to say no to everything, but make sure that the idea aligns with your goals and you can handle taking on the task. Teachers are faced every day with having to be resilient, especially when that cute little kid is being so darn naughty. They have to punish them despite them being so darn naughty. And probably the majority of us have faced this situation Thursday night when it comes to 50-cent tacos. We recognize the importance of being here for college education, but those 50-cent tacos just sound so darn interesting. A fifth trait of a good leader is one most people don't like to bring up, but is extremely important in today's economy, and that is learning to make the difficult and emotional decisions. You need to recognize that being responsible is key for making these decisions. It sometimes requires taking out your opinion and making the decision that is best for everyone involved. The university and yourselves have been faced with many challenges throughout your collegiate career. Probably many of you have faced the challenge of having to switch majors at some point throughout your education, and throughout the last couple of years, we've seen a lot of graffiti occur on campus and in the community. The leaders at UW-Platteville have done a great job addressing these issues and developing solutions and taking actions. A good leader takes responsibility for their actions. Most of the time, people are more than willing and happy to take responsibility when the outcome is good. However, when something is not good or the outcome is not what they expect, they sometimes don't want to admit that they made a mistake or something went wrong. As a leader, you need to recognize that you made mistakes and mistakes do occur. If you never make a mistake, you're never stepping outside of your comfort zone. One of the new commercials General Motors has aired this year shows individuals falling down but picking themselves back up. And it ends with the phrase, "We all fall down, but thank you for helping us get back up." This is a good example of how they've not only stepped outside of their comfort zone, but admitted they made a mistake. The last trait I feel makes a good leader is someone who knows how to communicate effectively. This includes dealing with individuals during a heated debate. I'm sure everyone has had to face communicating effectively when it comes to roommates, whether that's determining who's cleaning the bathroom or what time the house needs to quiet down. Without developing these communication channels, living with a roommate might be extremely difficult. But please, don't become part of the 49% of individuals who make business calls or check email behind the wheel, or the 18% of people who read their email while in the bathroom. You need to know that when you communicate with individuals, you need to explain things thoroughly and in such a manner which they will understand. A good tip to know before you leave UW-Platteville is differentiating between a good leader and a good manager. Peter Drucker once stated, "Management is doing things right, leadership is doing the right things." Being a good leader entails learning about your employees, what motivates and inspires them, and their goals and aspirations. This will assist you and them to accomplish a common goal. However, a good manager will only care about reaching the common goal and not necessarily what it takes to get there. To maintain being a good leader, you need to develop goals. These goals should be evaluated often, as they will most likely change or you check some of them off. They should be based upon what motivates, inspires, and influences you and your employees. These aspirations should allow you to plan for the future while taking advantage of the present. As a student, we have set standards to pass our classes and get a college education. We have done that, and for a lot of us, our goals will now need to be reevaluated. While setting new goals, set the bar high, because you are capable of achieving whatever you set your mind to. Look what you have already achieved and think of all that you can achieve. You will amaze yourself if you set high expectations for you and others. Lastly, leaders recognize the importance of recognition and giving thanks to the people who have helped them reach their goal. Giving someone a compliment or recognizing them, no matter how big or small the task, will make them realize that someone appreciated their efforts. With that, I would like to thank you for helping yourself, myself, someone else, to encourage them to set the bar higher and achieve these goals while becoming a leader in the process. I want to leave you with this final thought. You are and always will be a pioneer. Pioneers are defined as someone who leads. So take those leadership skills you have learned at UW-Platteville and live up to being called a pioneer. Congratulations.
Thank you, Caitlin. As provost, it is my pleasure to introduce our principal speaker for this afternoon's ceremony. Virginia Emmons McNaught is a 1999 graduate of UW-Platteville and co-founder and executive director of Educate Tomorrow in Miami, Florida. While majoring in 3 subjects at UW-Platteville, Emmons McNaught also volunteered at Family Advocates, a shelter for abused women and children in Platteville. After graduation, she lived in West Africa for 3.5 years while working with the Peace Corps, directing famine relief and educational opportunities. Upon her return to the U.S., she began working as a development consultant for the Miami Rescue Mission, where she directed the national certification of a $12 million homeless rejuvenation program for men, women, and children. Virginia has been the recipient of the Junior League of Miami's 2006 Women Who Make a Difference Award and the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center's 2007 Pepsi Everyday Freedom Hero Award. In 2008, she earned the UW-Platteville Outstanding Recent Alumna Award. She was also recognized in January by President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama as having a top program with promise at the 2010 National Mentoring Month ceremony at the White House. So please join me in welcoming our commencement speaker, Ms. Virginia Emmons McNaught.
Thank you, and thank you for the warm welcome. I live with LeBron James and those folks down in Miami Beach, so it's a little bit chilly up here. I'll make it quick, though, so you guys can get out of this storm, but I wanted to share a few words with you. With the creation of the drug Viagra, the risk of endangered species was drastically reduced in Asia because the need to capture and kill tigers, elephants, and other species for their mythical male potency properties was no longer necessary. I tell you this not only to get your attention and maybe a little chuckle, but to challenge you to a similar task. In the words of Rob Bresney, what is it that you are going to contribute to the world that will have the same unknown side effects as Viagra? About 10 years ago, I was sitting in the very same place that you all are sitting now. However, when I came to Platteville, I came as an undecided major, and I enrolled in the College of Liberal Arts and Education. And quite frankly, not a lot has changed. I'm still pretty much undecided and still pursuing a lot of liberal arts and education. But what I do know is that of the time that I spent here at Platteville was some of the most influential of my life. Because of the fine people, in fact, some of which are here today, these people and these educators that have been with you for the last 4 years gave me also the tools to make decisions and move forward, and gave me the foundation for who I am today and who I plan to be in the future. Shortly after Peace Corps, as Midi said, I joined the Peace Corps and served for 3.5 years in Niger, West Africa. No running water, no electricity. And I learned some of the greatest lessons that I possibly could have. And I guarantee, and I swear to you this, that there was not a single day that went by that I did not reflect on my experience back here at Platteville. And I think I was sitting outside my hut, and I actually wrote my first thank you note to Rich Waugh, who's sitting right here today, because there was not a single moment where I didn't reflect on the environmental issues that he had taught me about, or what Marilyn Gottschalk taught me about women's studies, all of these different things. It really started here. And even to this day, I don't think a day passes where I don't think and reflect on some sort of experience that I learned here at Platteville. And it was even recently, I'm considering pursuing my PhD, it was Rich Waugh that I called to ask for advice about how to move forward. So if you are sitting here, it's because you've had a lot of similar experiences. And I hope that you would agree that with those experiences, they were also great opportunities. But with opportunity comes responsibility. So I challenge you in the years to come to take on that responsibility and decide now, are you just going to be one of these people who is just passing through, getting through these next couple of decades, or are you going to do something that's really going to make a significant change in our world? Most of you are probably worried because everyone's telling you that you're graduating in one of the worst economies we've ever known. But I will tell you this, there is no reason to sit this one out on your parents' couch, because during the Great Depression, more companies were started than any other time in our nation's history. People had to become creative, and people became their own bosses. And I'll tell you something about becoming your own boss. I'm actually currently getting my master's at the University of Miami, and one of my deans there, Dean Prilatensky, has been using the work of one of his mentors, Sir Michael Marmot. And Michael Marmot studied 30,000 people over a period of 30 years on well-being. And what he found was that people who were working at the bottom tiers got more sick, more often, had less control over their lives, more stress, and actually died sooner. In fact, he controlled for cholesterol and studied eating habits and other health-related issues, and what he found was that people who were administrators, people at the top, very top, had only actually 1/4 the risk of premature death as their employees. In fact, even professionals, which many of you hope to be, and many of you are today, actually still have twice the risk of premature death as their superior. So next time your boss tries to give you a hard time about staying late or working over the weekend, tell them to take a hike, because you're not going to live as long. But, I encourage you to be entrepreneurial, and especially socially. But if you're not ready to start your own company and just haven't found your way yet and aren't completely decided, we live in one of the greatest countries in the world, and we have an incredible amount of opportunities, one being the Peace Corps. And joining something like the Peace Corps, it really teaches you what it means to become an American, or what it is to be an American. In fact, I would always say that nothing makes you more patriotic than spending a lot of time abroad, which is definitely true. And if you don't have this spirit to move overseas, there's programs like AmeriCorps, where you can serve in your country, get paid by the federal government, and earn money towards a $5,000 scholarship towards your student loans or for future education. And Obama's plan, which a lot of people are grumbling about, but actually provides a provision that if you work in the nonprofit sector for 10 years, that all of your student loans after those 10 years are completely forgiven. If you need information about this, feel free to email me. I'll tell you more. But I tell you about these volunteer opportunities because it's a way that you can take control of your life. If you don't have control in the workplace, you can take control in your community, and you can be a part of your community and find something valuable. And taking control and getting yourself those volunteer opportunities also continues to educate yourself. Because I believe that the more educated you are, the more tolerant you become of other people and their cultures. I'm the youngest of 8 children. I grew up in a 2-bedroom house in a suburb of Milwaukee, and I'm a first-generation college graduate. I started my first company with no capital and a part-time job, and have since raised millions, grew staff to some 25 people, and I'm currently leading a $30 million campaign to open a college preparatory academy for inner-city youth. And I'm doing all of this in a recession. So when you're doing these types of things in the world, I believe that the world conspires to help you, and people invite you to come to do things like this. They don't invite you to come to do things like spray graffiti on the sides of buildings. When you're doing good things, people invite you to do good things. But what I'm not asking you to do is everything that I've done, but what I am asking you to do is this, is when you enter the workforce in the communities, I want you to be remembered. I want you to be remembered for something good and keep educating yourself. And you know how people remember you? Not for how much money you made, but how much you gave away. They won't remember how hard you worked and how many hours you worked, but how many hours you worked for other people. And it won't be easy. You'll have had a lot of bad bosses, you'll have mean neighbors and people that will try to discourage you, and people we call haters. But something that the Dalai Lama teaches us, something that he learned from Martin Luther King, who learned from Nelson Mandela, who learned from Gandhi, and Gandhi learned from Tolstoy, and the list goes on. And what he teaches us today, and which I will teach you now, is that hate and ill will is like a gift. If someone offers you a gift and you don't want to accept it, what do you do with that gift? You give it back to the person who gave it to you. It stays with the person. And that is how hate, as does hate and discouragement and ill will. It stays with the person who is trying to give it to you. So you don't have to accept it. So I encourage you to do everything that you possibly could ever dream. So my friends, when you get up from these chairs today, the chairs that some thousands of people have sat in, I think they said it was the 185th commencement ceremony today. Think about, when you finish going to 2nd Street and, think about your plan and try to be a little bit more calculated than the guys from Viagra and actually put service and stewardship into your plan for your life as a way to educate yourself and to keep control in your life as well. And probably the greatest speech ever written and the shortest speech ever written, in the words of Winston Churchill: never, never, never give up. Good luck, everyone. Thank you very much for your time.
Good afternoon. I'm Dan Paulson, president of the UW-Platteville Alumni Association. Each year, our Faculty and Alumni Association recognize alumni who have brought honor to this university. Since our alumni include winners of the Nobel and Pulitzer Prizes, members of U.S. Congress and Wisconsin Legislature, and presidents of major corporations, the choices are never easy. Today we honor two outstanding alumni as models for this graduating class and in recognition of their achievements and contributions. Although both of them had to leave today. Speech changed a little bit, unfortunately due to the weather. So please join me in recognizing them after I tell you a little bit more about each one. Mr. Douglas Curry, class of 1995. Douglas Curry, a 1995 UW-Platteville civil engineering alumnus, maintained a solid academic record during his time at UW-Platteville and was one of the department's most active students. Serving as an officer for the American Society of Civil Engineers student chapter, a member of 3 concrete canoe teams, and one of the founders of the ASCE Benchmark Open. As vice president of Stenstrom Excavation and Blacktop Group in Rockford, Illinois, Douglas supervises the estimating department, business development, contract reviews, and quarterly financial reviews. Prior to his current position, he worked as a senior project manager and director of business development for estimating at Stenstrom. Douglas has remained active in the UW-Platteville as a concrete canoe competition judge, annual participant, and sponsor at the Benchmark Open, as a mentor for the Civil Engineering Senior Design Project. He has also mentored 10 UW-Platteville students as summer interns, co-op students, or new hires for Stenstrom companies over the past 15 years. Our second candidate, Mr. Greg Gard, class of 1995. Greg Gard, a 1995 physical education and health alumnus, has also earned his master's in counselor education from UW-Platteville in 2007. He has been an active member of the Alumni Association, consistent donor, and basketball booster. He is currently the associate head coach of the Wisconsin Badgers men's basketball team and could not be here today because the Badgers are playing at the Kohl Center even as we speak. Greg has worked with Bo Ryan, Badger basketball head coach, for 17 years, which is longer than any other current or former Ryan assistant. In fact, his association with Ryan was born on this campus during the 1990s. When Greg was an assistant coach at UW-Platteville, the Pioneers won 3 NCAA Division III titles, 5 straight WIAC championships, and appeared in 6 consecutive NCAA tournaments. The current Wisconsin coaching staff has led the Badgers to 3 Big Ten regular season titles, 2 Big Ten tournament championships, in addition to NCAA tournament appearances in each of Gard's 9 years at UW-Madison. In the summer of 2010, FoxSports.com named Gard one of the nation's top 10 assistant coaches. Douglas and Greg, our congratulations and appreciation go out to each of you. Your accomplishments have brought honors to you and your alma mater. Please give them a round of applause. At this time, I would like to recognize the graduates who have been selected to receive an honorary lifetime membership into the Alumni Association. The UW-Platteville Alumni Association recognizes outstanding graduates with the Lifetime Pioneer Award by awarding them a life membership in the Alumni Association, a $400 value, which, by the way, graduates, is rather cost-effective, and we recommend you join. The award is based on a variety of criteria, including campus activities, leadership, community involvement, professional development and employment, academic excellence, and the probability of future involvement in the Alumni Association. For this semester, we have selected 4 individuals as recipients. Those graduating this afternoon include Bajia Barzecki, an industrial engineering major from Armstrong Creek, Wisconsin, and Caitlin Jones, an industrial engineering major from Janesville, Wisconsin. Congratulations, Bajia and Caitlin, and congratulations to all the graduates this afternoon. It is our hope and desire that as alumni, you will continue your support and involvement with UW-Platteville. Join Alum Nation, our online community, and seek out opportunities to stay connected. Volunteer and serve with your college alumni chapter, board. Plan to attend alumni events in your area. Come back on campus for career fairs, homecoming, and other alumni activities. There are many ways to stay connected and be an active alum. As you start the next chapter of your life, take pride in the degree you receive today. We are proud to call you alumni of UW-Platteville. Thank you.
This afternoon, we're going to take a little time to congratulate and recognize an outstanding member of our faculty. Across the entire University of Wisconsin system, just 4 earned the Alliant Energy Underkoffler Excellence in Teaching Award for commitment to student success, and one of them is here and a member of our faculty. Dr. Christina Kuras is a professor of civil and environmental engineering whose specialty is geotechnical engineering, the behavior of soil for engineering applications, and earthquake engineering. It is Dr. Kuras's innovative teaching techniques that qualified her for this award. Among the techniques she employs are oral final exams, voicemail message assignments, and face-to-face presentations. Dr. Kuras earned her bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degrees from the University of California, Davis, and has been a member of the faculty at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville for 10 years. This year marks the 18th year of the partnership between the UW system and Alliant Energy Foundation. The awards are given as a tribute to the energy company's longtime senior executive, James R. Underkoffler, a proponent of excellence in undergraduate teaching. Please join me in saluting the 2010 Underkoffler Award winner, Dr. Christina Kuras.
Of course, we're extremely proud of all of our graduates and will shortly recognize each one of them. However, at this time, I would like to give special recognition to the groups who have distinguished themselves throughout their academic careers. The undergraduate students graduating with academic honors are designated with asterisks in the commencement program and are wearing gold honor cords. Will those individuals who have achieved highest honors and are graduating summa cum laude please rise and remain standing? These students have earned cumulative grade point averages between 3.75 and a perfect 4.0. Please stay standing. Now, will those students who have achieved honors and are graduating magna cum laude please rise and remain standing? These students have earned cumulative grade point averages between 3.5 and 3.74. Stay standing. Now, will all of the individuals who are about to receive bachelor's degrees please stand? Chancellor Shields, as Provost, I certify that the candidates standing before you have completed the curricula prescribed by the university faculty for the degrees of Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Arts and are entitled to receive their degrees from the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. I therefore recommend that these candidates be granted the appropriate diplomas for the curricula completed.
Upon this certification by the Provost and the Vice Chancellor that you have completed the requirements established by the university faculty for the various degrees, and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree to which you have earned, together with all the rights and privileges attending thereto. Congratulations, and please be seated. Now, folks, as we begin awarding of the degrees, I ask that everyone show respect for the graduates and for those seated near you. We know that this is an exciting time, and we expect some celebration. However, we ask that the celebration be respectful. All here are anxious to hear the name of their special graduate. Please refrain from excessive celebration or using artificial noisemakers. Will the deans now present the degree recipients?
Will the recipients of the degrees of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science from the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science please stand? Chancellor Shields, as Interim Dean of the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science, and representing the college faculty, I present to you the recipients of the degrees of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science from the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science. Will the recipients please come forward?
Caitlin Abigail Jones. James Michael Gauthier. J. David Dommerhausen. Gregory Darrell Alleman. Darren James Anderson. Tyler T. Austin. Jeremiah Zachary Bader. Eric David Barclay. Benjamin F. L. Barlow. Daniel Ryan Baxter. Colin William Bay. Justin Lee Belling. Matthew Dwayne Bierstead. Brian Douglas Block. Basha Borzecki. Paul Walter Brandt. Justin Leland Conway. Nicholas Roman Doknewski. Timothy Robert Doms. Troy Francis Distelmeyer. Brian James Dieter. Ryan Joseph Dow. Michael Foster. Jamie R. Frederick. Thomas Joseph Frederick. Kevin Thomas Hankus. Ryan Hansen. Jamie Daniel Hosmer. Chad Hankey. Trenton Matthew Hirsch. Kyle Anthony Hull. Alex John Hopfensberger. Kyle A. Heitree. Jesse Joe Crana. Derek Clayton Krause. Joseph J. Lang. Joshua Paul Leib. Renee M. Lemons. Matthew James Lustig. Ryan Michael Marchant. Talia Ann Martino. Vincent M. Matarisi. Aaron Renee McCafferty. Pauline D. McCarty. Michael Patrick McManus. James F. Merton. Eric Daniel Mish. Aaron James Miller. Andrew James Moyer. Brianne J. Nauman. Amy Meredith Olsted. Bo Thomas Pashi. Christopher Andrew Pieper. Jason Richard Piper. Derek Jason Robbins. Mark G. Raisler. Sean D. Rogan. Eric William Rao. Ryan David Scheitel. Michael P. Schmidt. Stephen Richard Scroose. Gregory John Sikora. Mitchell Eric Shadley. Adam J. Shelton. Matthew Benjamin Stangl. Ryan Robert Stuck. Joshua Richard Swino. Benjamin Allen Turpening. Michael David Thompson. Matthew James Tomsovic. Joseph David Ulatowski. Tyler J. Warmka. Brandon Michael Wise. Paul James Weller. Carrie Marie Williams.
On behalf of the faculty and staff of the college, I extend congratulations to each of you on your accomplishments. Please be seated.
Will the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science from the College of Liberal Arts and Education please stand? Chancellor Shields, as Interim Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Education, and on behalf of the college faculty, I present to you the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science from the College of Liberal Arts and Education. Will the recipients please come forward?
Andrea Rose Nettesheim. Alan William Ammerman. Elizabeth Joy Baker. Jared Andrew Baker. Catherine Amanda Balster. Daniel Charles Baronic. Nicholas David Bates. Ashley Joe Bierman. Cody Montana Black. Justin Lee Bone. Jennifer Lynn Boland. Kathleen Mary Borowski. Amanda Lee Grace Brester. Adam Gregory Burmeister. Abby Joe Carey. Penny Jean Case. Dawn M. Casper. Benjamin August Christensen. Anthony Edward Kraft. Samantha Jo Dietz. Amy Jo Marie Demmer. Catherine Durst. Brittany Jean Esser. Danielle Marie Feit. Ryan Christopher Fields. Kayleen P. Forsman. Richard Scott Fulmer. Jonathan Stewart Gard. Craig James Goddard. Sarah Lynn Hocking. Isaiah Robert Hoff. Michael E. Cook. Kimberly Lee Ruby. Elizabeth Jane Janowski. Nicole Lynn Yelke. Elizabeth Marie Cabellis. Anna Marie Caltis. Jared J. Caston. Aaron David Kellogg. Brian E. Curian. Kyle Gregory Kern. Kimberly Lynn Ketchpaw. Jennifer Rose King. Nicholas H. Cohall. Chelsea Lynn Kramer. Gregory Richard Kraft. Jessica Sue Krieger. Nicole M. Kundert. Matthew William Kurtz. Tracy Lee Lang. Lindsay J. Lafine. Marcy-Lane A. D. Lennox. Tori Anna Leslie. Deborah Saint Leinbach. Tad H. Moss. Scott Thomas McWilliams. Monica Marie Miller. Susan Ellen Marath. Ryan Anthony Morse. Kazua Moa. Ivona Paulina Mollett. Callan M. Nelson. Alicia Rose Parrott. Alexander James Peterson. Shane Leroy Peterson. Samantha Jean Pierce. Alyssa Mary Pajoli. Samantha Jean Poe. Christopher Michael Rice. Ryan Ray Rippon. Daniel Sen. Amy Marie Smith. Danielle Marie Sadko. Kristen Marie Stankos. Sarah Ann Swanson. Megan Tabor. Anton Amashon Terry. Lucas James Trevarthen. Jasmine Phyllis Tahowski. Samuel Lynn Vandevort. Carrie Beth Van Lannen. Brandon Roger Vreeke. Daniel McCoy Wallert. Joanne Hauser Warren. Sarah Jane Weissman. Rebecca Ruth Wendt. Ashley Ann Wiseman. Jared David Wilson. Paul Luke Wojciechowski. Mitchell Robert Wolf.
On behalf of the College of Liberal Arts and Education, congratulations and best wishes to all of you. You may now have a seat.
We're almost done. This ceremony would not have been possible without the time and effort so generously given by a number of groups and individuals. The members of the Commencement Committee are listed in your program. Dr. Tom Lojudis, UW-Platteville's 2010 Award for Excellence in Service Learning recipient, has served as Commencement Marshal. The names of the graduates were read by David Kiekhafer, Registrar. The student ambassadors distributed programs and organized seating for audience members. Our facilities staff, as well as the technical services and media services staff, have attended to many details. Rachel Day led the singing. The Symphonic Wind Ensemble, under the direction of Matthew Gregg, deserves our appreciation for the music accompanying today's ceremony. Will the committee members, Dr. Lojudis, Mr. Kiekhafer, Ms. Day, the members of the Symphonic Wind Ensemble, the media, technology, and technical services staff, our facility staff, and our student ambassadors, please stand and be recognized. As we say farewell to our graduates, I want to give them the opportunity to recognize those who have guided them through college life with gentle prodding and friendly assistance, the faculty and staff of this university. UW-Platteville faculty, staff, and administrators, please rise and be recognized by the graduates. Thank you for your outstanding work. The last group I would like to recognize consists of very special people. Like the faculty and staff and administrators of our campus, those individuals have been teachers, counselors, and mentors. However, instead of working with the students for 4 or 5 years, these people have spent a lifetime with the graduates. They have helped the graduates study, have helped them financially, and have hoped and prayed for the students' success. These people have always been in the background, guiding the graduates, and today, too, these people are in the shadows of the graduates. But they don't mind, because today they are very proud, parents, spouses, and families of the graduates. Therefore, would all of the parents, grandparents, husbands, wives, children, grandchildren of the graduates please stand and be recognized? Please turn to page 39 of your commencement program. Stand and remove your head cover as we join Rachel Day in singing our alma mater. Please be seated. The commencement ceremonies have been videotaped and are available via streaming on the campus webpage. In addition, they will be aired tonight starting at 6 p.m. on Pioneer Television. Please remain seated until the faculty has left the gymnasium. The graduates will remain to greet the parents, relatives, and friends in the gymnasium. Thank you and have a good afternoon.
you.